Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'll be doing a flip through of my finished May spreads and sort of a summary of the month. So I'm starting here with the cover page with the beautiful flowers. I absolutely love this theme. I love the flowers, the colors, everything. It was really gorgeous and really nice to look at through the month as I used my journal. Here's my finished calendar all filled in with meetings and birthdays, holidays, and things like that. It wasn't too busy of a month, but there was a lot happening. Even though I was at home, I'm still working from home, but I attended some personal courses and I had some other things to remember about as well. So it was a very fun and wonderful month. Next is my habit tracker, and it's quite full at the top at least. This month, for some reason, I totally lost my motivation for studying languages. I used to be really good about doing my Anki flashcards, and I don't know what happened. I just got really behind and then very overwhelmed. So that part is not there, as well as studying German. I was really going back and forth this month about feeling conflicted about whether I should put my Russian studies on pause and focus on German. I don't want to obviously lose my Russian, and I still have a class every week right now with my teacher, which is mostly just conversational, and I watch a lot of TV shows. But I was still doing studying on top of that, and I think I got into a little bit of like a dilemma about what to do and just got stuck and didn't do anything. So then I also had some things that I added at the end after I did a course where they talked about meditative breathing, movement, and eating. And I did a whole video on meditative eating, so you can check that out. But I wanted to start being more mindful of that, so that is there on the side. And then off to the right are all the games my husband and I play together throughout the month. Next are my goals, and as you can see, I completed almost all of them. I ended up deciding not to do a summer class, and I never got around to doing the comics and Procreate. I don't know why. Every time I would see that, I would be reminded and reminded and reminded, and I just wouldn't do it. So I don't know, maybe I just didn't really want to, obviously, but I'm not sure what the block was. I think actually it was, I had made notes of like little things to do a comic around, but it's actually much harder to create that than you think because you have to actually make a story up around that and stuff like that. So I need to put a little more time into thinking about that before I can actually start drawing. And then at the bottom were the habits that I wanted to do the majority of the month. And as you can see during my check-in, I was at 90% for most of them, except for getting 10,000 steps a day. And that's the only one that I didn't do the majority of the month, but it was super close at 48%. Next is my skating tracker, and I tracked the off-ice classes I did with my coach as well as my own training that I do at home, and I really love this method because it just motivated me to do things so much because I didn't feel like I had to do it every day to tick a box, but when I looked at this tracker, I wanted to fill it in. So that was really good. And then I had listed things that I wanted to focus on next month as far as flexibility because I had actually not stretched for a long time many months ago. So I started doing that. I had lost my splits, but I got them back. And now that I have them back, I want to start working on more back flexibility. And then there, I also have the first time back on the ice since I think March 11th, which was very exciting that our rinks opened back up and I was able to start skating again. Here's my content page, and I ended up just having the doodle challenge I was doing, and I completed that. Then I had a little calendar, and I wanted to post twice a week on my Instagram, which I did almost every week. I jotted down different notes about things that I could post about, and then I had a lot of ideas for YouTube, but I only actually did my May Plan With Me video in this month, and I want to do a lot more later on, but I'm having some problems getting set up with doing editing and things like that, and YouTube can be quite time consuming, so I'm hoping to get a system down for next month so that I can plan more. Here's my health calendar, and it's looking very beautiful and colorful, and I really like this because it motivated me to stay on track. It allowed me to see my intermittent fasting and track that because I wanted to do the majority of my dry fast portions at 18 hours long instead of 16, and I was able to successfully do that with 61% of the days of the month being at 18 or more. Here's my meditation tracker, and it's also very colorful. I loved filling this in, and it motivated me to just meditate more and try out many different meditations. And I thought I would run out of room, but I actually didn't. So this worked really well, and I think I'll carry it over into next month. So that's it for the monthly spreads. Here you'll just see me going back and filling in my annual trackers with my statistics for the month, and I just flip back and forth. And I have a main tracker where I track a lot of my stats, and a lot of those end up in my habit tracker. Even though many of them have become habits by now, that's just an easy way for me to track them and see my statistics at the end of the year. So after the month ends, I just go in and fill everything in and get to see a nice snapshot of how the month went and how the year is looking so far. So I hope you got some ideas for your own bullet journal, maybe some spreads to try out or different formats for familiar spreads. And I hope your May was as wonderful as mine was. And I wish you all an amazing June. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.